Hey folks, so what we have here is a really interesting page from the Ancient Chronicles of England by Jean de Wavrin, a French artist and chronicler, I suppose, and this manuscript actually shows some fighting techniques. So here we see a king defending himself from numerous assailants. And notice there's a few details interesting here. So there's a pole axe, it's got no spike on top or bottom, but it's being sprung from the right hand side, and there's a falchion with an interesting S-guard, perhaps some type of langmesser. But importantly, notice that the king is defending himself with the tail or queue of his poleaxe, or bardiche really. And this is an interesting technique, and we see this used quite a lot in things like le jus de la hache and the anonymous bolognese sauce that contains a poleaxe section. So this is a particularly, effective way of using a poleaxe. We see someone striking him in the head from behind. Wow, that was unfortunate. With the spike end, notice, of his poleaxe, so not the axe but the actual spike, and that poleaxe that he's holding has a hand guard. Again, interesting detail. He has an interesting grip. I won't say that's necessarily accurate or that we should take too much from that, but he seems to be holding it both palms downwards, unless that's artistic. I noticed that the longsword is in something that looks a bit like Jaime Lannister's version of Posta di Finestra or Ox, and he's delivering point. And these slender types of longswords were often used as thrusting weapons. Don't think of them always as choppers, and he's delivering point in quite a deliberate way. Just a little comment on the king's weapon. It does to me look very much like an early version of a bardiche rather than what we'd conventionally call a poleaxe, but of course you can use them in the same way. You can actually see some of the victims of the king, so other assailants that he has felled with his bardiche, and they've been chopped predominantly in the head. Again, an interesting detail. We can take something from that. It is the most common type of blow, a downright blow as Silver would call it. So there you go, just a very, very brief look at a manuscript which does actually show a degree of martial information, particularly the use of the tail of the poleaxe to defend or to deflect or beat. Cheers folks! Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. We have extra videos on Patreon, and you can follow us on Facebook.